Geekology. I'm David.
And I'm Sven.
And tonight's Blu-ray review is a complete and total lie. This is an educating Dave.
But to be fair...
Why did you say we can do a Blu-ray review? This is cheating.
Oh yeah, it may well be. But you don't really need educating on this film.
I know, so why are we doing this?
Well, I thought we were going to review the Blu-ray, the latest Blu-ray. I might as well mention all the previous releases.
Hang on, whoa, hang on. I'm confused.
Why?
Alright, hang on. That's the UK one.
Yep.
Australian?
Yep.
Has there been an American one?
Yes.
Are we doing the American one?
No.
Oh, right, okay. So what the hell are we doing?
We're doing the British release of the American one.
We are doing the British release.
Which was released in this country by Manga Entertainment.
Oh.
Just to really confuse things.
Okay, so why are we having a British release of an American Blu-ray?
Right, the reason is that 2007 British release
Yeah.
was not really remastered in any way, shape or form.
No, you could see all the draw lines, it was fantastic.
It's just the Blu-ray version of the version they released on DVD and on UMD,
yes.
Essentially. There was no real work put into it, it was just encoded onto Blu-ray.
Right.
Whereas this one is a fully which basically been remastered and encoded and scanned in at 4K.
Right.
And then rendered down for Blu-ray, which makes me wonder, why did you do it in 4K and then not release it on 4K Blu-ray? Because that seems a bit silly.
Maybe they might re-release it.
That's what we're thinking, like, you know, the whole Rafa Khan situation.
Yeah.
But the interesting thing is in the States, it was an exclusive Steelbook for one retailer. Okay. And then you could get it in a normal plastic case elsewhere. Whereas in this country, it was only released as a Steelbook. Is
it the same Steelbook that the Americans got?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's quite cool. So we'll come back to that in a moment, but we'll quickly run through...
Are we going to run through all the others?
Yes. Now, for those who don't know, The Transformers, the movie, as it's technically called...
was one of Michael Bay's greatest films. You said the movie.
Blasphemy.
You said
blasphemy. You stop. Show me where it says on the 2007 Transformers movie, the movie on it.
Okay.
It doesn't, does it?
No, I can't remember.
No, it doesn't. It just says Transformers, at which point everybody puts 2007 after it to try and make it clear it's that thing rather than the movie.
Star Trek 2009 is...
Yeah.
Well, what else would it be? The TV series.
Anyway. The Transformers, the movie, which came out in 1986 originally, was put onto VHS tape in 1987 and onwards.
It's on the Betamax version, isn't there?
Because I don't have it.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to find out whether the Betamax version actually got released in the UK or not. It was released in the States.
Yeah,
and other worlds, but I'm not entirely sure it was released in the UK because Betamax died in the UK faster than it did in every other country.
Yeah, we were the quickest gone for that one.
Yeah.
Did they do Cine?
I doubt that very much. There was a Laserdisc in Japan.
Ooh.
I do not have that.
Okay.
I also can't afford to buy that because that's multiple hundreds of pounds. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we have here is basically various releases on DVD that happened. That's a Canadian one, that's an American one, that's a British cheapo one, with an even cheaper version underneath there, where it got, that was actually generally available in a box with a £20 DVD player.
Where's the also standard DVD UK release one? Why isn't that here?
Because that's kind of it.
No, that's in a very nice tin. Oh, it's in there.
It's a tin, not a Steelbook, so it's just got the normal plastic case inside.
Okay.
What I found annoying with that is the fact that they used this artwork, which actually was designed specifically to try and make everybody think it was the 2007 movie. Look at the way they designed the logo. Even though it's the original logo, they've tried to make it look like the 2007 logo, and it's just like dodgy. And inside, you actually have Again, they've got the dodgy version on there, but the front cover is the British poster artwork. which you won't find in any of the overseas releases because that was only used in the UK, which is quite cool. But yeah, again, inside 2 discs, quite a lot of extras, postcards, so on and so forth. That was actually quite a nice release in the end. It's just I don't like that artwork they've used on the tin. But there we
See,
go.
I don't like the tins.
Yeah, I don't like the tin either.
Purely because...
It's not a steelbook.
Oh, I've got several tins, mainly for Japanese films, and they dent really easily, which is a shame.
Now, down the front we've got the UMD. Now, for those who don't know what a UMD is, this is basically the film on a disc that plays in a PlayStation Portable PSP. This has got artwork on it that makes 0 sense because that's the front cover of an annual from the comics, which has characters on it that don't appear in the film. Some of them do, majority of them do, to be fair. And on the back is artwork that has nothing to do with the film. Well done. Then we've got the 2007 Blu-ray release, which is using the same artwork as that one. And again, that was one of the reasons that was dodgy is because the 2007 Transformers film by Michael Bay didn't get released on Blu-ray initially. It was only available on HD DVD. So again, it looks like they were actually trying to use this as a sort of like dodgy marketing ploy to get people to buy this in error. Which is a bit naughty. But to be fair, I do have mine signed by Paul Eading and Greg Berger, who played... well, Paul Eading was Perceptor and Greg Berger was Grimlock, were their main characters. That's quite cool. But as I say, that's just a straight scan into high def. There was no real work done on it to try and remaster it or anything like that. Then a little bit later, there was the Australian release. This is the Madman Australian release, where there was a load of extra special features put on it. And they did a sort of like semi remastering on it, but it wasn't a full blown strip it down and start again from scratch kind of situation from the cells. Whereas this version is exactly that. New artwork on the cover. I personally would have preferred the British poster artwork, but that was never going to happen because the Americans wouldn't have recognised it. The steelbook is really nice though. Tillall one on the back, Unicron's head, and brand new artwork, which is, you know, quite nice. Inside you've got a digital copy code, 2 discs because you've actually got it in widescreen and in standard full frame. Now, a lot of people will be going, why have you got both? Well, the reason there's both is because who has a 4x3 TV anymore? But the 4x3 version is actually technically the full version because it was cropped to make the widescreen version.
Yeah, okay.
So it's like, you want both really. And inside the steelbook you have the Autobot and Decepticon Legos, which is quite nice. I will of course put photos up. Watching the video, watching the film on this Blu-ray is gorgeous. Doesn't matter whether it's the widescreen or the full screen version. I've never seen it look this good, ever. I thought that was eye-opening. Because of course, a lot of people don't realise Blu-ray actually has a better colour resolution than DVDs, as well as the actual physical resolution. Colours representation.
But it does also depend what you're watching it on.
Oh yes, very much so.
Because you know I'm funny about animated.
Yeah,
it has to be
quite. And it is true that literally it's easier to pick up all of the animation errors because they just stick out in your head. You're just like, oh.
I remember watching it going, ooh, you shouldn't be able to see pencil lines.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to see painting outside the lines and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Again, with this one, you do have that where it's basically all of the errors are blindingly obvious, but it's part of the charm of it at this point. Okay. More than anything. But it's never looked that good and it's certainly never sounded this good. There are extras on there. There are new extras plus the extras from that one are on it. But they're in standard definition. few people have bought to the price because it's 23 quid. In most places it's been released. It's RRP at 29.99. But you can pick it up for 22.99 most places. I think I've seen it at 20 in occasional places. But unless they actually do a 4K UHD release on Blu-ray, which would be in HDR, so that would be gorgeous if it happens. But until that happens, if it happens, this is the best way to buy the film.
Okay.
No way of getting around that. And of course, for those of you who just about remember it, the one thing you probably will remember above all else is the soundtrack. And for anybody who's a Transformers fan who hasn't seen Transformers the movie from 1986, for heaven's sake, get your mitts on it and watch it, because it's the highlight of the entire of the animated series, the original G1 animated series, done by the same people. They nicked ideas from the comics left, right and centre. They nicked ideas from Star Wars left, right and centre. Hell, they even got Orson Welles playing a planet. Leonard Nimoy playing a bad guy. Eric Idle playing someone who builds stuff out of junk. It's cool. Certainly worth a watch.
Well, there you go. Well, thank you very much for watching. You can subscribe to us here on YouTube. You can follow us on both Facebook and Twitter. And of course, there's the official Geekology website. Thank you for watching and goodbye.
Ta-da.
This is an educating day that you're trying to crowbar in as a bloody Blu-ray review.
Yeah.
It's fair enough, I've seen this film numerous times, and with you. Why are we reviewing it again?
We've never reviewed it on camera. But no, this is the thing, is nobody who knows me will believe for a split second that we've recorded this and not released it. They know me too well.
However you want to do it. 3